all of a sudden, here comes Cynthia Nixon. She's not only a well-known actress who was in Sex and the City, but she is a progressive activist and cares about the corruption in government, and is now going to take on Andrew Cuomo, who is more of an establishment Democrat and the current governor of New York. This ought to be a very interesting race. I'm going to show you a video that she put out when she announced her candidacy. Then I want to tell you about, of course, immediate attacks against her, including one person claiming she's an unqualified lesbian. And yes, that person is a Democrat. So we'll get to all that, but first watch the video.
New York is where I was raised and where I'm raising my kids. I'm a proud public school graduate and a prouder public school parent. Our leaders are letting us down. We are now the most unequal state in the entire country, with both incredible wealth and extreme poverty. We want our government to work again on health care, ending mass incarceration, fixing our broken subway. We are sick of politicians who care more about headlines and power than they do about us.
It can't just be business as usual anymore. If we're going to get at the root problem of inequity, we have to turn the system upside down. We have to go out ourselves and seize it. This is a time to stick our necks out, to remember where we came from. This is a time to be visible. This is a time to fight.
I'm Cynthia Nixon. I'm a New Yorker. And together, we can win this fight.
This is a time to fight. I like that kind of talk. So here we go. Here's more of what she said, and I think if you're a progressive out there, you're gonna like a lot of this. She said, we hear all the time about how the big money interests control DC, but if Washington is a swamp, then Albany is a cesspool. Andrew Cuomo promised to clean up Albany, but instead he and his cronies have cleaned up for themselves. There's a reason why people close to Cuomo keep winding up under indictment for corruption. Damn, shots fired. So the reason I like Nixon's campaign, one, she's deeply progressive, far more so than Cuomo. Two, she's not awash in money. She's going to explain in a sense, corporate money, donor money, big donor money. And three, she's not playing. I mean, she's coming out swinging immediately. This is not a soft campaign. She came with a 2x4. So she goes on to say, New York's 8 years under the Cuomo administration have been an exercise in living with disappointment, dysfunction, and dishonesty. Our state could be a place where every single New Yorker has what we need to thrive. If only we could stop our governor from selling New York off to the highest bidder. Another elbow from the sky. She's not anywhere near done. She's got some great quotes, and of course, immediately, standard politicians in New York attack her. One of the people attacking her is Christine Quinn. Now, Christine Quinn is both a Cuomo supporter and also is a little bit bitter about what went down in the mayoral race where Cynthia Nixon supported de Blasio over Quinn. Now, Quinn is also part of the LGBT community, so understand that as you hear this quote. She says Cynthia Nixon was opposed to having a qualified lesbian become mayor of New York City. Now she wants to be an unqualified lesbian to be the governor of New York. You have to be qualified and have experience. She isn't qualified to be the governor. Okay, that is not going to help matters. And of course, Quinn had to backpedal out of that because I don't know why you're bringing up the issue of Cynthia Nixon being a lesbian. And part of it is because, honestly, it's because she was bitter. She's like, why didn't you support me when I'm LGBT? Well, there's a very, very good reason. Because she's not playing identity politics. Cynthia Nixon supported the most progressive person in the race and the person who wound up winning, de Blasio. Well, that turned out to be a smart bet and more importantly, the correct one. The person who was going to stand up for progressives most. I know a lot of establishment Democrats are obsessed with identity politics, but for real progressives, we judge people based on what they actually do. And then if you notice the second part of it, she focuses on how she isn't qualified to be governor. You need a lot of experience. It's a Hillary Clinton type argument. And it's the argument the establishment makes all the time. I've been in power taking all of this donor money for all these years. So I have the experience in the system. You have experience in a corrupt system. We're not interested in that experience. We're interested in change. Quinn went on to say, why are we having this primary? Democrats should be united and focused on winning control of the state Senate and taking back the House of Representatives. Well, there's a couple of reasons we're having the primary, because one, we live in a democracy and that's how things work. And there are a lot of progressives who don't think Andrew Cuomo is nearly progressive enough. He's barely done anything to get money out of politics. There's a good argument to be made that he has, behind the scenes, buried attempts to get money out of politics. And she says, oh, we should be focused on electing Democrats. Well, that's the whole point. There's an excellent argument to be made that Andrew Cuomo was in favor of the Democrats who turned over and started working with the Republicans to give them Republicans a majority in New York State. And so if you want to get rid of those guys, you might want to get rid of Andrew Cuomo too. But of course, Christine Quinn doesn't mention any of that because she's opposed to de Blasio and one of the lackeys for Andrew Cuomo. Cynthia Nixon shot back. Her being a lesbian and my being a lesbian is not the issue. She went on to say, the race is about the, quote, corruption in Albany. It's time for an outsider, and I'm not an Albany insider. And then she pointed out that Cuomo had gotten nearly all of his $30 million in donations from corporate and special interests and virtually none from small donors and grassroots supporters. Quinn, feeling the heat, had to backpedal and put out this tweet. To be clear, Cynthia Nixon's identity has no bearing on her candidacy, and it was not my intention to suggest that it did. I want to be clear about that. I would never, ever criticize someone because of their identity. Look, honestly, I believe her. I don't think that Christine Quinn, I think, was in a moment of anger, included that meaning you didn't have my back. I don't think she meant it like you being a lesbian is somehow a bad thing. That would be totally irrational. And so I don't believe that Quinn meant it in that way. But I do believe that she meant that, yes, the establishment has more experience and you have no business in the race. And that I object to deeply. Nixon went on to say, we want our government to work again on health care, ending mass incarceration, and fixing our broken subway. So local issues, as well as incredibly important progressive issues that Cuomo has not addressed. Now, currently, of course, as usual, the establishment media going, tut, tut, tut. No, of course you won't be able to beat Andrew Cuomo. He has $30 million. Bravo, bravo for being the most corrupt in the race. And let's be realistic about the polls. That is real. Nixon currently pulls down 19% of the vote, with Cuomo at 66%. Let me tell you something. Can Cynthia Nixon beat Andrew Cuomo? Definitely. The number one problem that progressive upstarts have when they challenge establishment Democrats is name recognition. In the case of Cynthia Nixon, check, we're past that. Once you get past that, we got a ball game. 66-19 sounds daunting, but remember when Bernie Sanders first started, it was 63% Hillary Clinton, 3% Bernie Sanders. He closed a 60-point lead. Now, he had about a year to do it. She has less time, but she also has way more name recognition. A lot of the media will be paying attention to what she said. She's coming into the race breathing fire, which means she'll make a lot of headlines. And 66-19 is actually not a bad start at all. For a person who's never been involved in politics to start at 19%, that is a good base against what the establishment media calls a popular governor of Andrew Cuomo. I don't believe he's popular with progressives at all. So here comes Nixon. In this case, thank God, a wonderfully progressive Nixon. If you want to get the whole Young Turks show every single day, become a member, tytnetwork.com/join. And once you do, you'll be saying,
you know, I'm like a smart person.
Or you might say,
I think it's weird.
Or you might say,
oops.
No, that won't be that one. It won't be that one. It'll be great, trust me. tytnetwork.com/join.